It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. A chilling statement from the master of power dynamics, Niccolo Machiavelli. For centuries, people have mistaken his words as a license for cruelty. They are wrong. Machiavelli was not talking about tyranny. He was talking about respect. Because in the cold, hard calculus of human nature, the man who is only loved can be taken for granted. He can be dismissed. He can be disrespected. But the man who is feared, the man whose presence commands respect, whose absence is felt, whose validation is earned, not given freely, that man cannot be ignored. Now, think about your own life, specifically in the world of dating and attraction. Think about the unanswered text messages, the conversations you carried on your back, the feeling of trying too hard, of being too available, of giving more than you receive. That gut-wrenching anxiety when you wait for a reply. That is the feeling of chasing. It is the feeling of powerlessness. And it is the fastest way to kill attraction. What if I told you the entire game you've been taught to play is fundamentally wrong? What if the romantic comedies, the advice from friends, the very instincts you have, are all pushing you to do the one thing that guarantees failure? What if the harder you chase, the faster she runs?
This is the brutal, Machiavellian truth that no one ever tells you. She is not rejecting you. She is rejecting your weakness. And in the game of power and attraction, weakness is a fatal sin. Today, we are not talking about pickup lines or dating tricks. We are deconstructing the psychology of power itself. We will use Machiavelli's timeless principles not to manipulate others, but to master the one thing you control, yourself. This video will show you how to stop being the chaser and become the one who is pursued.
Part 1. The Politics of Attraction. To stop chasing, you must first understand why you do it and why it is so ineffective. Machiavelli understood that human interactions, whether in politics or personal relationships, are a constant negotiation of power. Power, in this context, is not about domination. It is about control over your own reality, your own frame. The person who has more power is the one who is less emotionally invested, the one who is willing to walk away, the one whose happiness is not dependent on the outcome. Think of it like this. There are two kingdoms, your kingdom and her kingdom. When you chase, you leave your kingdom, your purpose, your hobbies, your time, your standards, and you travel to hers. You play by her rules, on her territory. You constantly seek entry, approval, and validation from her. You are a supplicant, a court jester. You are not a king. And a woman is not attracted to a jester. She is attracted to the king of a neighboring kingdom, a man who has his own world, his own mission, his own gravity, a man who does not need to enter her kingdom because his own is so compelling that she becomes curious to visit his. The entire act of chasing is a profound demonstration of weakness. It signals three things that are toxic to attraction. 1, neediness. You need her validation to feel good about yourself. 2, a lack of options. Your intense focus on her implies she is the only woman in your world. And 3, a surrender of your frame. You are willing to change your behavior, schedule, and standards just to please her. The man who follows these principles is not a challenge, he is a convenience. And convenience does not inspire desire. Power does. So how do you stop? You must first unlearn the 3 great sins of the chase.
Part 2. The 3 sins of the chase. These are the behaviors that feel natural but are secretly destroying your power and her attraction. Sin number 1. The surrender of power through supplication. Just text her again. Let her know you're thinking of her. Ask her what she's doing. Shower her with compliments. Be available whenever she calls. This is the behavior of the supplicant. He constantly seeks validation. He double texts. He asks for permission. His communication is a veiled question. Do you still like me? Am I doing okay? Please approve of me. A Machiavellian prince would see this as a fatal strategic error. Every time you text her without a clear purpose, every time you give a compliment seeking one in return, every time you rearrange your life to fit her last-minute plans, you are giving away your power. You are communicating that your time is less valuable than hers, that your emotional state is dependent on her response. A prince does not supplicate. He commands. He is decisive. His communication has a purpose. He invites. He doesn't beg. He leads. He doesn't ask for directions. The moment you stop seeking her validation is the moment she might start seeking yours.
Sin number 2. The destruction of mystery.
Be an open book. Tell her all your feelings, your hopes, your fears right away. Be vulnerable. Let her know she can have you anytime. The modern world preaches total transparency. Machiavelli would call this strategic suicide. Power lies in being unpredictable and having depth, in being a territory that must be explored, not a pamphlet that can be read in 5 minutes. When you chase, you have a tendency to overshare. You lay all your cards on the table immediately. You are available 24/7. Your life becomes an open book. The problem? An open book has no suspense. There is no reason to turn the page. Attraction is fueled by tension and mystery. It's the unanswered question, the space between messages, the wondering of what is he thinking, what's he doing? If she knows exactly what you're doing, waiting for her to text, and exactly what you're thinking about her, you become predictable. And a predictable man is a boring man. A boring man is easy to control. A prince is never fully known. He has a mission, a life, a kingdom that exists completely separate from her. He has a rich interior world that she can only get glimpses of. This makes her curious. This makes her invest her thoughts in you. This is how you make her chase.
Sin number 3. The invitation of disrespect. It's okay if she cancels at the last minute. Just be understanding. It's fine if she takes hours to reply. She's just busy. Don't make a big deal out of it or you'll seem needy. This is the most dangerous sin. The chaser is so terrified of losing the woman that he's willing to tolerate behavior he knows is disrespectful. She cancels a date last minute, you say, "No problem." She ignores your text for a day, then replies with the one-word answer. You reply instantly with an enthusiastic paragraph. She treats you as an option. You treat her as a priority. Machiavelli taught that a ruler who is not willing to punish disrespect will soon have no power left to rule. The same applies to attraction. When you accept poor treatment, you are teaching her how to treat you. You are non-verbally communicating that your time has no value, that your standards are low, and that you do not believe you deserve better. This does not make her like you more. It makes her respect you less. And attraction cannot survive without respect. Remember the opening quote, "It is better to be respected, feared, than to be loved in a way that allows you to be trampled on." A prince values his own standards above any single person. His greatest power is his willingness to walk away from a bad deal. The moment you stop fearing losing her is the moment you gain the power to keep her.
Part 3. Become the prince, not the pawn. Stopping the chase is not about playing games. It is about becoming a man of such high value and purpose that chasing becomes unnecessary. It is about building your own kingdom. Here are the 3 pillars of the Machiavellian prince.
Pillar number 1, build your kingdom, your mission. Your life is not a waiting room for a relationship. Your life is your kingdom, your mission, your career, your fitness, your art, your purpose is the most important thing in your world. It must come first. This is not selfish. It is the source of your power and your attractiveness. A man obsessed with his mission is a challenge. He is scarce. His time is valuable. He has a fire in his eyes that has nothing to do with the woman, and that is intensely attractive. A woman should be a welcome and celebrated visitor to your magnificent kingdom. She should never be the kingdom itself. When you have a mission, you stop seeking validation from women because you get it from your own achievements.
Pillar number 2, cultivate indifference, the power of absence. This does not mean being a cold, uncaring jerk. It means cultivating an inner state of self-sufficiency. Your happiness, your confidence, and your sense of self-worth are not dependent on her approval. You are happy she is in your life, but you would be just as happy and just as focused on your mission if she left. This is the art of indifference. Your power lies in your genuine ability to walk away from anyone who doesn't meet your standards. This creates a powerful subcommunication. You are a man of high value who chooses to be with her. You are not a man who needs to be with her. Sometimes, the most powerful move is no move at all. Let your silence speak. Let your absence create mystery. The man who is not afraid of losing is the man who is most likely to win.
Pillar number 3, control the frame. Dictate the terms. The prince is the leader of his own life. He is decisive. He sets the pace. He invites a woman into his world on his terms. This means instead of asking, "So, what do you want to do?" you say, "I'm going to this interesting art gallery on Thursday at 7. I'd like you to join me." You are not asking for her ideas. You are inviting her to share an experience in your world. This is not about being a dictator. It is about being a confident leader who has a plan. It relieves her of the pressure of making decisions and allows her to relax into her feminine energy. You control the frame by being the source of the plan, the purpose, and the direction. Final truth, build the kingdom, and the queen will come.
For too long, you have been taught to chase, to supplicate, to seek validation. You have been playing the game of the pawn. Today, that ends. The Machiavellian path is not about controlling women. It is about achieving absolute control over yourself. It is about trading neediness for purpose, trading supplication for leadership, trading transparency for mystery, trading fear of loss for the willingness to walk away. You must stop asking, "How can I get her?" and start asking, "How can I build a life so magnificent that a woman would feel lucky to be a part of it?" Stop chasing validation and start building a life so compelling that attraction becomes the natural byproduct of your existence.
The prince does not chase. He builds a kingdom so magnificent that the world comes to him. Your homework is simple. This week, identify the single most important area of your kingdom, your career, your fitness, your creative project. Dedicate 1 extra hour to it. 1 hour that you might have otherwise spent overthinking a text message or scrolling through her social media. In that hour, you are not just working, you are building your throne. If this video has armed you with a new understanding, share it with one man you know who needs to hear this truth, because we rise by lifting others. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because in our next video, we will discuss Machiavelli's brutal but effective strategy for handling disrespect and flipping the power instantly when you are challenged. Now, stop chasing and start building your empire.